Thank you for listening to Shulchanaruchharav.com.
What is one to do if in the midst of Shemoneh Esrei he hears Kaddish being recited? Should he answer to Kaddish? Should he stop and just listen? Or should he just continue Shemoneh Esrei and ignore the Kaddish being recited? So many are familiar with the similar case in which in middle of Shemoneh Esrei one hears Kedusha. But not many are familiar with the same halacha that applies regarding Kaddish, which we will now explain. The Gemara in Brachos 21b discusses this exact scenario and whether when we make a hefsek, whether one may stop in middle of Shemoneh Esrei to answer for Kaddish. And it brings an answer in the name of the famous Amir Rabbi Yochanan that Amen Yehesh Meirabah is so great, is so powerful and so important that even if you're in middle of Shemoneh Esrei, you have to answer Amen Yehesh Meirabah. However, the Gemara concludes, Lav Hilchas Kavasi, we do not rule like this approach, like this opinion, and thus it is ruled in Halacha in the Torah, in the Shulchanaruch, chapter 105, in the Alter Rebbe 104, Halacha 5, Mechaber 104.7, that it is forbidden to answer for Kaddish, Baruch Hu, and Kedusha if one is in the midst of Shemoneh Esrei. Unlike the opinion of Rabbi Yochanan in the Gemara in Brachos. Okay, now what do? Do you still remain silent and listen to the Kaddish, to the Amen Yesh Meirabah, or do you continue davening Shemoneh Esrei as usual? So the Gemara doesn't give us a hint in which way one is to follow. Stop and listen or continue. And thus we find that this matter is a major dispute amongst Rishonim. A number of Rishonim rule that based on the rule Shemei Ka'ineh, that what you hear is like what you say, that you should stop and listen to the Kaddish and Kedusha and Baruch Hu, as by stopping and concentrating and listening to it is as if you said it, and you gain the advantage of, on the one hand, not having stopped in the middle of Shemoneh Esrei, you didn't actually talk, and on the other hand, it's as if you said it. So rules Rabbeinu Chananel, Tosfos in Maseches Brachos, that so is the Minhag, Rashi, the Bahag, Eshkel, the Ran, the Ravaya, the Bach, in the name of the Mordechai, and other Rishonim. Other Rishonim, however, argue and rule that since you're unable to answer according to halacha, your middle Shemoneh Esrei, hearing is not like reciting. We don't say here the rule of Shemei Ka'ineh, and therefore it wouldn't help for you to stop and listen and concentrate because you're not Yetzeh anyways. So rules the Iger, the Rashba, the Shagas Aryeh, named Shibuli Aleka, the Budaram, and other Rishonim. And a further third approach in the Rishonim, who takes it a step further and says, not only is there no advantage of stopping and listening, it's actually forbidden to do so. As if you stop and listen and we apply the rule of Shemei Ka'ineh, it's as if you spoke, and it contradicts the ruling of the Gemara that we said, you're not let us stop for Kaddish in middle of Shemoneh Esrei, by you stopping and listening, and it's as if you said it, by hearing it, you have made a hefsek in Shemoneh Esrei. So rules the Ri, Rabbeinu Tam, Tosfos, the Gais Maimonides, and other Rishonim. So we have a three-way machlekes in the Rishonim. How do we rule? Some say stop and listen, some say don't stop and listen, and some say if you stop and listen, you made a hefsek in Shemoneh Esrei. The final ruling in the Shulchan Aruch and the Mechaber 104.7 and the Alter Rebbe 104.5 is like the first approach, which is the majority opinion of Rishonim, that although you're not let us stop and verbalize the answers of Kaddish, of Amen Yesh Meirabah, you do have to stop and listen and concentrate to the words of the Chazan. And by doing so, you gain the advantage that it's considered as if you answered Kaddish, but on the other hand, it's not considered a hefsek. As rules the Alter Rebbe, so rules the vast majority of the Achreinim. As we mentioned, the Bach, the Vush, the Chaye Adam, Kids Shulchanaruch, the Ben Ish Chai, the Kaf HaChaim, the Mishnah Brura, and so is the Halacha L'maisa. So to summarize, a clear ruling in Shulchanaruch that is to be followed in practicality is that if in the midst of Shemoneh Esrei you hear Kaddish being said, you have to stop and listen to the Kaddish. Now, until what point do you stop and listen? The whole Kaddish? Half the Kaddish? Till what point in Kaddish should you stop and listen to the Chazan or the Yavel reciting Kaddish? So the Alter Rebbe writes in the Shulchan Aruch in that same siman that one continues listening and concentrating until the words Yisborach and Yishtabach. Meaning, after the Chazan concludes saying Meinei Shmei Rabbah, you may then continue with Shemoneh Esrei. So rules the Magen Avram, the Mishnah Berurah, and others. There are, however, opinions who hold that you should actually stop and listen and concentrate until the end of the half Kaddish, the Amiran B'Yoma, V'Imru Amen, and then continue. Practically, as we stated, the Alter Rebbe rules like the former opinion. So in final practice, if you hear Kaddish in middle Shemoneh Esrei, you stop and listen until the end of a Meinei Shmei Rabbah, and you may then continue with the davening.
Thank you for listening to Shulchanaruchharav.com. Our free services of making Torah knowledge available to the public depends on donors like you. Please help us continue our work through making even a small contribution at Shulchanaruchharav.com under the Daily Halacha Dedication section or in the subscription page. Also, check out our online courses and many Sefarim available for purchase that will both enhance your Torah knowledge and help support our work.